Welcome to Larry's Library. This week, I've got a non-comic book review for you this time. What I have for you is the Lord of the Rings sketchbook by Alan Lee. This is a 192-page hardcover. This was published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, and it has a MSRP of $36. But as always, I got to warn you, don't be a chump. Don't pay $36, although it is worth it. You can get this for as of the time of this shooting, it's still available at Amazon for $19.12. Yeah, Amazon's not the best choice, but sometimes it's the only choice. I don't know. But anyway, so as I said, this is a nice hardcover, excellent build quality, great binding on it. It's that type of book where it has a dust jacket, but the dust jacket is a mirror image of what is underneath, as you can see in the B-roll. But I love this cover, and I like the way it looks like an old leather-bound tome from another age. But yeah, it's great. So this is written and drawn by Alan Lee. It has a foreword by Ian McKellen, and so that was a nice treat. So this book consists of Alan Lee doing little text pieces to go with his sketches. And they're primarily black and white pencil sketches, but there is a few that he completed and painted all the way out. Handful of those. But it's mostly black and white sketches that he did while on location, and not just on location, but a lot of it was on location as they were scouting for sites and building sets and working in the studio, building miniatures and all that stuff for Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy, which he was a visual designer, I think was the title. I'm not sure the title, but he had on that. But he was there throughout the entire process. And part of the reason the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings films are so awesome, a big part of that reason is the aesthetic. And Alan Lee is one of the main influencers of that aesthetic, one of the main designers. The look and feel of the whole thing, we can thank Alan Lee for that. Now, Alan Lee, of course, illustrated some of the nicer editions, hardcover editions of the Lord of the Rings books. So he was no stranger to that world, and he's been reading Lord of the Rings and other Tolkien works since he was very young. So this guy has lived, immersed in all of this lore, and it just comes out in a beautiful way in all of his artwork. I just thoroughly love this. Well, some stuff I learned reading the text of this book. I mean, it's more art heavy than text heavy, so it is a fairly quick read. But you can pore over the intricacies of this art and just enjoy it and just take it all in as long as you want. And I expect I will revisit this book often. But one of the things I learned was that Alan Lee, when he takes notes, he doesn't do it with text. He takes notes in the form of sketches. And that's primarily what we're seeing throughout this beautiful book. He talks a lot about his time scouting locations for the Peter Jackson films. There's a lot of really cool, memorable stories that he relates here. One, he talks about where he fell and hurt his wrist really bad, but luckily it was his left wrist, his left arm, and not his right. Everybody in the crew was all concerned, oh my God, is he going to be able to draw? Because they were depending on him to draw all these things so they could get to work on miniatures and set pieces and all of this. And luckily it was his weak arm, so to speak, not his drawing arm. All in all, Alan Lee spent over 6 years in New Zealand working on the Lord of the Rings movies. They produced 80 miniatures and 400 sets. And Alan Lee specifically did over 2,500 drawings. And a lot of these are in this book. Of course, not all of them. That would require several books. But as I said, this book is 192 pages of just pure beauty. You can see through here his designs for the orcs, a lot of the weaponry, a lot of architecture, the cities, and the doorways. It just goes on and on and on. I don't think there is a part of the movie and the look of all of that he didn't touch. And the results are just pure magic. I really love this, and I hope you like taking a quick look at it. I mean, we could go on and on. There's so much here to love. And if you like those films, if you like Tolkien, then you're going to want to pick this up. And it appears to be an evergreen because I think it is still in print. And, you can get it I think pretty easily. Yeah, I love this. I also have the his Hobbit sketchbook. I haven't started reading that one yet, but I expect I'll probably do a little overview of that one as well. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you next time. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up.